14 Fun and surprising facts about left-handed people. Most of the world is right-handed and don't understand the challenges of being a lefty in a righty's world. Various studies on the biological and psychological effects of being a lefty have been conducted, with some focused on its evolutionary impact. Some believe that left-handed people lean more towards the independent side as they have had to learn to cope in a world predominantly designed and built for right-handed people. Others throughout time were superstitious and believed that since the devil was said to be left-handed, those who were left-handed must be practitioners of witchcraft. While lefties may need to learn to adjust with right-handed instruments or wrestle with the scissors made for righties, there are still many cool facts about lefties that people are unaware of. These lesser-known left-handed people's facts will undoubtedly intrigue you to know more about them. Number 14. More often are male. Men make up for 23% more than women in the left-handed population, according to a study conducted in 2008. The study consisted of around 144 studies with a sample participant size of about 2 million people. Number 13. Faster recovery from strokes. Our language gets affected when strokes occur in the left side of the brain. Around 95% of righties have their language controlled by the left side of their brain, while only 70% of lefties have theirs controlled by the left side. This is why more of those who have recovered control over their language after a stroke are lefties. Number 12. Advantageous hand at sports. Lefties have a particular advantage over righties in certain sports, like fencing, boxing, tennis, baseball, and swimming. Righties are more used to playing against other righties, which may throw them off their game a little when they have to play against a lefty. For example, a batter in baseball is more likely to be more accustomed to pitches by a righty, so they are more likely to miss when receiving a pitch by a lefty. This is especially seen as more prevalent in tennis, where around 40% of the current top players are lefties. Number 11. Drawn figures usually face right. A study from 2014, titled, "What Affects Facing Direction in Human Facial Profile Drawing?" A meta-analytic inquiry has displayed contrasting characteristics between righties and lefties. While lefties are more prone to drawing their characters facing right, righties generally draw theirs facing left. Number 10. An advantage in typing. We tend to use both hands while typing, but it has been found that around 300 words are typed mainly with the right hand, whereas about 3,000 words are mainly typed with the left on a QWERTY keyboard. Number 9. More intelligent than right. Lefties have heterogeneous brain organization, where they can process verbal information using both sides of the brain. At the same time, righties have a more organized brain division, where the right hemisphere takes care of visual spatial processing, and the left hemisphere handles the verbal processing. Since lefties can process oral information on both sides of the brain, they can process larger amounts of data and have higher intelligence levels than righties. Number 8. More artistic. Lefties are more artistic as their dominant hemisphere controls the awareness of art, creativity, and imagination. They are also more partial to visual information over language-based. Number 7. Better at writing with non-dominant hand. In Australia, a small-scale study found that lefties could write much better with their right hands than righties could with their left. Number 6. Some folks fear left-handedness. Some people fear all things left-sided. Amongst those left-handed people are included. This fear even has a name, sinisterophobia. Number 5. Not so gifted at tongue rolling. Believe it or not, someone did a study on the ability of lefties to roll their tongues. They found that quite a significant number of lefties had trouble with that one compared to righties. Only 62.8% of lefties could roll their tongues, whereas 74.8% of righties could do it. Number 4. 5 lefty presidents. Gerald Ford, Jimmy Carter, Ronald Reagan, George H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, and Joe Biden are some of the recent southpaws to take the Oval Room. Number 3. National Left-handers Day. 13th August is known as National Left-handers Day. Another aim of International Left-handers Day is to raise awareness of the grievances that lefties face in a world made for righties. It was first launched in the year 1992 in the United Kingdom by the Left-handers Club. Number 2. A sinister reputation. Lefties have a pretty negative reputation in cultural history worldwide. Lefties were often seen as weak, unlucky, corrupt, and sometimes even associated with evil. The word sinister is even derived from the Latin word sinister, which means left. Number 1. Forced to be right. Children born with a natural preference towards their left sides were forced to eat and write with their right hands. Although this stopped in the 20th century, it continues in some parts of the world.